One of those important but maybe not very fun things that you have to do when you are moving to a new state is you have to update your driver's license and get your vehicles changed over. Maybe it's not the most fun or exciting to do, but it's important. You got to get it done, and there is like a certain time period that you're supposed to get it done within when you're moving into Idaho. So thank you for watching. My name is Leslie. I am a realtor here in North Idaho, and I come on here every week and I do a new video on life and real estate in North Idaho. Thank you for being here. Feel free to subscribe and turn the bell on for notifications so you don't miss a video. As I mentioned before in my videos, I am new to North Idaho. I've been a realtor since 2014, but we just moved our family here in the last couple of months, and so we are doing this together. If you have questions or want to talk about moving to North Idaho, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of, and my phone number and email address are above in the header and also below in the description. Back to the main topic today, which is getting your license and registration done when you get here. In the Coeur d'Alene area, there are two different DMV locations. There's one in Coeur d'Alene and there's one in Post Falls. I'm going to put a link down below to the website for the sheriff's office about driver's licensing. So there may be some different things depending on where you're coming from. I moved from Washington State, which does both the vehicle registration and the licensing at the same location. However, here in Kootenai County, Idaho, the driver's license is done by the sheriff's office, while vehicle registration is done by the Department of Motor Vehicles. I chose to go to the Post Falls office for my driver's license, which conveniently had the DMV building right next door. So the only hassle is that you need to set appointments separately for the services, or you can set an appointment with the sheriff for your driver's license and then just wait in line for vehicle registration. The vehicle registration utilizes a digital queuing line known as QLess, which is pretty helpful and accurate, and it keeps you informed as to your position in line and when it's your turn to go via text, so that if you want to go run an errand because the line is long, they give you a little bit of a heads up. And went before me, he was the guinea pig, and he was the fifth person in line, and it took about 15 minutes for his turn to come up. What I did was I signed up incorrectly, but just showed up with a 4-year-old, and I found that they were pretty nice about squeezing me in, and they were also very nice about keeping my 4-year-old Daphne happy. So overall, positive experience. One thing that's different here is that in regards to gross vehicle weight, my husband has an Excursion, which is a heavy vehicle. So if he has to tow anything of substantial weight, it would put him over the first tier of the weight limit. And Idaho bases that registration fee on the gross combined vehicle weight of your vehicle and anything that you're going to tow. He went with the option for 16 pounds of combined weight to make sure he wasn't breaking any rules. Thank you, rule follower. Luckily, the fee for the next tier is minimal, which the biggest inconvenience being the need to re-register every year. The lower level allows you to renew every 2 years and save a bit in fees, and that's what I did because I just got a little car and I just did the 2-year deal, so I don't have to worry about it. Getting your driver's license in Idaho is a little bit different than in Washington. You have to prove who you are, prove that you live where you claim to live, and prove that you are a United States citizen. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it makes sense if you're counting on the ID to be real and accurate. Also, while it might be more of a hassle with a bit of planning, it's not difficult to get the documentation you need. The documentation is in regards to the Idaho Star Card, which is the federally compliant ID that you need for air travel beginning in May of 2023. So a couple of things you're going to need would be a certified copy of your birth certificate, utility bills proving where you live in Idaho, and if you've changed your name like me when you got married, even it doesn't matter how long ago it was, you need that documentation too. The good news is a current passport with accurate information is going to get you a long way. For instance, if your unexpired passport has your current name, then you should be good to go. But an expired passport, not going to get you anywhere. Since a lot of my life is still in a storage unit, I don't have my marriage certificate or proof that I changed my name back when we got married, and my passport had also expired. So my step 1 was updating my passport, and then my step 2 is to go in and get my driver's license when I get that new passport. In addition to the paperwork, you will need to take a written driving test. The test isn't hard so long as you have a habit of driving legally and obey the rules. However, it might not be a bad idea to just review some of the specific requirements you don't think about on a daily basis when you're driving. An example of those would be, how far behind a vehicle do you need to be to turn off your brights, how far in front, or how much room should be left between you and the vehicle you passed on a 2-lane road with oncoming traffic. So just those numbers, I would refresh it. They have a whole guide. I will also post that below. Overall, the hassle of these administrative tasks is made easier by the friendly staff at these locations. It wasn't really busy, which might be in part because they use that great system for appointments. So for a complete list of documentation and to understand specific requirements, testing, and the fees associated with all of this, I would just go to the link that's down below for the DMV and the Sheriff's Office website, so that you know what to expect when you're going into that. As always, if you have any questions or if you're interested in moving to the Coeur d'Alene area, feel free to reach out. My phone number and email is in the description down below.